channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on so many levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
Woohoo!
I am Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. And tonight we have, finally, after many weeks, the full crew. Millie Katie as Coracoid,
Hello.
Nobilis as Cuspid,
Teeth for the Tooth God!
Liberdette as Malleus,
Boom, baby.
Dove Archambault as Kneecap,
What is I bidding, my master?
Jason Banks as Radius,
Deator be praised.
and Paul Weimer as Tarsus.
The forging hammer of Vulcan, or am I under control of someone else now?
Well,
Ooh.
we are at last returning to our Planescape campaign for what will probably be the final session, because last time, when we last left the skeleton crew, they had restored all of their memories. They had stabilized the multiversal glitch that was affecting them, making them no longer immune to death. But they still had a job to do. The Great Modron March had been imprisoned within Xemnan's realm, the Tyrant's Spiral, a place that is the domain of the God of Beholders and might be inside the God of Beholders? Unclear. But in any case, you caught up with the Modron in charge of the Great Modron March, and he and the Modrons had been so terrorized by being forced to endlessly march through this one very scary place that all of the horrible energy that he had absorbed manifested itself in planar incarnate that you had to destroy. Once you did that, you were able to restore the data of all of the different gate towns within XO1, the leader of these Modrons. And so now they are prepared to make their report to Mechanus, and all will be well, assuming that you can get tens of thousands of Modrons out of a dimension that is designed to be hard to get out of. But that's not your only problem, because at the very end of the session last time, Kneecap and Tarsus found their brains invaded by the telepathic, fiendish presence of an archdevil skull named Beharit. So as we jump right back in where we left off, that Kneecap and Tarsus find that you have received a telepathic command from this devil's skull that you've been carrying around, saying that you should make an excuse to get away from your friends and find a way to get this archdevil skull out of Xemnid's realm. And you find, as much as you might ordinarily not want to follow instructions like that, you are unable to resist and must do your best to follow those instructions. No one else would have any idea this is happening, except Radius might have just the tiniest hint that something's up, because he felt sort of like a little sort of magical presence that he was able to shake off, but that's all. So everyone else is kind of just in the process of like, oh, are we going to take a short rest? Maybe we should. What's the plan? How are we going to get these Modrons out of here?
Well,
Kneecap,
considering the whole fight, I think we should take a short rest.
yeah, Kneecap is gonna say, "Need to find Tibia," and walk off towards the edge we haven't seen.
Yeah. Just so we're clear on the mental picture here, this archdevil skull is big. right?
Yeah.
Like it's
I-
probably the size of Kneecap, and its Kneecap could carry it, but not
Yeah,
I'm
he didn't.
accessible.
casually.
He's not trying to grab
Sure,
the.
sure. No, I understand. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone has the mental picture. So where is the skull right now? Who has
I
it?
believe Coracoid was carrying it last I heard.
Yeah. Cora.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which makes things a little more difficult.
But I
Well,
think
then again, I did drop, so things are on the ground.
Yeah. So maybe
Perfect.
it was kind of kicked off to the side a little bit.
or well, if nothing else, we could could find a way to get out and then come back for it. Because
No.
well, that's up to you.
Yeah. I think we have. I'm not going to stop you from doing, but in helping Coracoid get their stuff back, I'm just going to take the skulls. Like I think I'll hold on to this.
Okay.
I'm big and strong,
Okay.
but we do have to figure out a way out of this place
Mhm.
that can get tens of thousands of modrons.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we know of one, and that's
We-
the jumping stones down in the place
Yeah,
we
but-
passed.
That's not going to get the horde out.
It
It
would
might be-
take
it might-
forever.
Yeah. So the options that you are aware of so far. There is the portal that you came in through, which is up on a ledge that could probably be managed, but it is a narrow pathway, so it would take some time to get all of them to travel through it. And it leads right into one of the most guarded parts of the prison in Sigil. You also have been told, at least, that there is a portal of a similar size, meaning it would take a lot of time for all the modrons to travel through it, and that it's in a place where it's kind of like they would have to kind of build a bridge over a bottomless pit, and there are some beholders in there that might complicate things, but that's another potential option. You've also been made the offer by Gizemnid himself that if he is allowed to eat half of the modrons, he will let everyone else go.
And I believe XO1 has said that is too many.
Well, you can understand that that is his perspective on the situation. If
Yeah.
it may be that if there is no other viable option, he could be persuaded it's better to get out half than none. But
Right.
certainly you can imagine that he would rather not allow half to get eaten.
Right.
Well, I mean, we can look around and see what else we can find.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
looking to see what else is around is a good
Do we
idea.
want to take the rest first?
I think we want to take
Yeah.
a rest first.
Yeah.
though.
By the
There
way,
are
Kneecap,
definitely parts that you haven't seen yet.
Kneecap is probably out of sight by now.
Okay. Which way did you go?
Down.
Okay.
Um,
All right. I'm going to just, since you kind of wander off in that direction, I will reveal where you're going. Okay.
Didn't
So
so we noticed there was like a portal thing over a chasm, right?
that's the one
Yeah,
that I was just
down
meaning.
here.
Yeah,
That
the
one
small
goes
one,
to the
beholder,
town
yeah.
of Hopeless, I think. It's one of the lower plains towns. Let's see. That one, it goes to yes, Hopeless.
Oh, let me get some pep. Yeah, let me get some.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones that I just mentioned. But so as you are making your way in that southern direction, Kneecap, along the edge of a ravine, fungal clusters grow in 10-foot tall stalks crowned by gigantic eyes. Below, rows of spear-length teeth bristle within the ravine, forming a gigantic monstrous maw. Gases billow in and out of the crag in massive breaths. The modrons, who are continuing to march, continue their march over this impossible mouth, crossing it by creating a bridge made from interlocked living modron bodies.
and is it a hazard to be in their area? Any-
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
And so the bridge right now is basically taken up by the marching ones.
Yeah. Is there like walls I can walk around?
No, not really. You can see that there's this sort of maw that extends, as far as you can see in both directions. And you definitely get a sense of like, oh, if Gazemnid wanted to eat some, this is probably where you would do that.
Is there a side to the bridge I can walk on? Because I got boots of climbing.
Yeah. So I think if you're able to sort of walk along the side, then yeah, you could do
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Just get across.
All right. So you're just wandering off. Like how? So is the idea here that you are looking for a way to get the skull out, or
Yeah.
okay?
And if I happen to find
I think you would get sort of a little bit of that telepathic ping of saying, I can't help but notice that you have left me behind.
It's called recon.
I can come back for you.
And you will.
Yes, I
All right.
will.
Okay, so this takes a little bit while this is happening, because this is not just like, it's not literally just like the next room, right? You're walking through some corridors. So like, what's going on back in the other place? Everyone else is kind of settling in to, take their short rest.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. And roll so very
Yeah.
many hit dice.
So Tarsus, if you look like you are settling in to take a short rest, the skull in your head says, "Clock's ticking, my friend."
I know, sir. However, I was down to a third of my hit points. You wouldn't have me die in here and leave you be scattered around for another 1,000 years, would you?
So, so I think you just get sort of another pulse of this magical energy, which, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying,
no.
within the fiction, you need to be doing your best to carry out their command,
Right,
which
and-
was
and-
make an excuse and get me out of here.
Right. But Tarsus figures getting a rest first will keep him alive enough to be able to carry out his
I'm going to
mission.
push back a little bit that I'm not sure that that's in line with the command that you've been given.
Great.
It's one thing for Kneecap, who is actively looking for like a way to take it out. He doesn't want you to rest.
All right. What can we do? All right. So I'm not getting my short rest. I should undo these points.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So minus. Okay. To go. Okay. And all right. Right. So I will start. So if I recall, this is the way back towards.
Yeah. To go. Yeah. So to go north from this room takes you back to the first room. So the one that's to the left.
Like
Okay,
where we
yep.
came in.
Yeah, because
Yep,
you went.
so-
Yeah,
So
that's the direction the modrons are walking.
right. So I'm going to go right. I'm going to go back the way we.
Are you carrying the skull?
Yep, I took
Okay,
the
all right.
I took the skull when I helped
Gotcha.
Corcoid. So yeah,
Yep,
I'm just going to go
okay.
walking this way.
All right.
How quickly does this happen after the weird magical tingle that I got? That-
Kneecap
I mean,
almost.
it sounds
Like
like it's
almost
been a
immediate.
few minutes at least.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but you said Kneecap was immediate?
Well, Kneecap walked away
Oh,
almost immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then looked like Tarsus was going to settle in for a rest, and now he's moving on. But
Wait.
he didn't sit the whole hour.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna look at my compatriots like, hey, we just
Yeah, like Yeah, it's
I mean-
one of those things of if he's wandering off, I'm not necessarily going to do my rest so that because like, wait,
Oh,
what are
sorry,
you
guys.
up to? One of the other healers is going off on his own.
And he was
Not a good
also
plan.
he was also really banged up.
Yes,
Yeah,
I am.
exactly.
And also, I'm pretty sure Kneecap wasn't fresh either.
Oh no, he is. He is very bloody.
Hey, Tarsus, what gives?
I've got things to do. I'll be back.
I'm
Tell us about it.
how you two go after him. I will go after the other since I'm as
I
fast
just keep
as
walking.
that one.
Yeah. The skull says, "Don't let them stop you."
I'm not. I just keep walking.
Okay, so
Actually, you know what? Change that. What's your armor class there, buddy?
My arm class?
Yeah.
24.
Well, I want to run up to our healer friend and make a stunning strike.
The hell, you say?
Well, so it's an attack roll first.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Because this feels weird, especially when they went in two opposite directions and we can't split the party. Where'd you go? Right. This 29.
29 will hit me.
Con save.
Con save.
DC
Okay, con
Let me
save.
see. I think it's
No, it's not a
DC.
concentration check. Just a regular.
Probably 19.
An 11.
That's whatever it is. It's not
Yeah.
going to do that.
Well, roll damage as well.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. I kind of hit hard with these.
Mm,
Okay, that was pretty low. 13.
okay.
13.
Yeah, so you do take that damage and you are stunned, but the
You
other
are
thing that
stunned.
happens when you take that damage, Tarsus, is that you can repeat the wisdom saving throw.
Oh, can I?
Ah.
Yeah.
21.
And that is enough for you to shake off and realize that the skull has been trying to control you. Or rather, you are able to break free of the control enough to not follow the demands.
Vulcan's blood. Actually, I'm sorry, I can't say that.
Yeah,
But-
actually, if I'm
You can
you
can kind of
mumble.
Yeah.
Vulcan's blood.
Yeah.
You've never heard Karst's
the-
curse ever.
Beharit from the skull says a lot of what you suspect to be actual real curses in Infernal.
Infernal.
Mhm.
and Radius is like, okay.
All right, so a slap will get him out of it. Hey, I'm going to chase after Kneecap.
And I will
Always wanted to give that guy a smack.
And he's got teeth.
Mhm.
And he's got teeth.
I do not. So you split this properly.
Yeah,
Okay.
I trot off after Kneecap.
Mhm. We'll get to that in a moment. What else is happening here immediately with Tarsus? Because you were the one that has the skull.
Right.
I think the skull actually says, "Now listen. The only reason I took steps is because I had become convinced that all of you were preparing to renege on the agreement we made."
I believe I say this aloud as well as mentally. I believe your non-consensual control of me. I don't know that what happened in Kneecap. Reneges our agreement. Our agreement is null and void, and our working relationship is at an end.
Are you talking?
It's the skull. The skull is trying to control me and take.
Oh, wait.
Have,
That skull
me
has
go-
teeth.
yeah, have me take it through the portal by any
Cuspid
means.
ran off already.
Yeah.
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 I was like, well, how
Yeah,
how
that's
about
already wrong.
I take that and you should be fine. You're only stunned until your next turn.
We need to get the skull away from us or destroy it. I think destroying is probably hard because it's an archdevil, but
Right. But
This
remember,
thing will try to take over your mind.
right. But our friend ran off.
What?
Okay.
Some heroes, you made a bargain with me. I provided you critical information that you used to accomplish your mission, and in agreement, you claimed that you would help me escape this realm.
Can I hear this?
Is he saying that to everybody?
It's yeah, it's in your heads though. It's
Okay.
telepathic.
It's like
And
Yeah.
then you had to go and make that agreement invalid by enforcing a supernatural control.
Look.
That invalidates nothing.
It's
My
okay.
conclusion was that you were preparing to abandon your agreement regardless. And even in that instance, you have already broken the control. And so, what basis do you have at this point for breaking an agreement? You realize what happens when you break a promise to an archdevil, don't you?
I hold up the skull and say,
are you taking the skull from me?
yeah, I did. I took it.
Okay.
I say, honestly, nothing right now because you're in the palm of my hand. But
It's 3 feet across.
Both in your
yeah,
arms.
it's not too bad. Okay, so it's both hands. But don't worry. The Deator never lies. And the Deator does promise salvation in her word. So don't worry. I will find you a way out of this place. I promise.
Make a deception check.
I'm looking at him a little skeptically. Lying to a devil.
20!
Oh, lying to the devil. Lying to a devil.
All right. So I think you hear it say, "Very well, but understand that I have my ways of enforcing this arrangement if I believe that you are not living up to the spirit of it."
Says the one who's been stuck here how long? I'll just mutter that loud enough for everyone to hear.
So you just say it flat
Yeah.
out.
Well,
Yeah,
no, I am
Yeah.
trying to be coy. Whether or not I am is entirely different.
I'm just saying that one. I have a 0 in charisma.
Yeah, you.
So meanwhile, Cuspid,
Meanwhile.
you have now made your way to this enormous maw, and the teeth that are in there suddenly, well, I think they make an impression on you. You had a vision at one point.
Yeah. It's like I am torn. I am like are there any of them that are smaller than me?
Oh my.
I mean, I think that there's probably a lot of them are sort of varying size, but I would say that the smallest of them that you see is probably 4 feet long.
Focus.
Yeah.
We're not there.
Hey, maybe one is like really, really skinny and sharp, and you could use it as a staff.
So you
Okay.
do not
But-
see Kneecap because he's already made his way across and further into the corridor. The modrons are marching across the bridge.
Is the other side of the bridge an open area?
Yes, but you had already made your way past this, so you aren't
okay.
on this screen really right now.
Okay.
I'm all out of Misty Steps. Oh, damn it.
Don't worry about it. I will.
Well, so not okay.
Yeah, we're
no
not
one
there
else
yet.
is here. You're not like
Yeah.
just 10 feet
Oh,
away.
crap.
This is
Yeah.
Cuspid has run off down the cave,
Yeah.
and this is
I
like
have to-
several minutes away.
Right.
And you've and Kneecap has
No
has
sign of Kneecap.
gained because they were able to go across the bridge pretty quickly.
Yeah. All right. I throw up my hands and return to the group.
Okay. Kneecap, you are continuing your path because you have not been broken free from the control. And you next make your way to this next screen where a fetid stench accompanies the sound of the marching modrons trudging through sucking mud. Thick black sludge covers the floor of the cavern ahead.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the handle of my flail and kind of like dip prod at the surface of the sludge.
Okay. It reacts. It like it's alive. And you hear like there's a bunch of like sort of burbling, bubbling like gases coming up through it. But what you hear is a voice that says, "You help me. Stop these infernal things from marching over me. They're preventing me from regenerating. I can help you. If you
Talk to
just
Exam-
redirect them off of me."
examine it about that, and Kneecap will just kind of go to the wall and just go and bypass it by going across the wall.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And keeping an eye out for anything that might be some sort of magical portal,
Mm-hmm.
even though he probably has very little
Mm-hmm.
idea what that looks like.
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check, I guess.
Okay. That is an 8.
An 8. Yeah. This is a very messed up cave. Half of the stuff on the walls looks like it's looking back at you. There's slime everywhere. It's very upsetting, and I think you are increasingly feeling a pressure in your head that you are failing to follow your instructions, and that's bad. That's very bad. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Make my way to the other side.
Yeah. All right. So, just because we're kind of in live mode here, so Cuspid, you come back. You did not manage to catch up with Kneecap. So for the rest, from the point of the rest of you, you don't know where he is.
So I come back to the group and it's like, there's a bridge over there that I can't get over because of the marching modrons. But I think
A bridge over what?
a big mouth with lots of really great teeth, but they're way too big.
A big mouth, you say? I look at radius. A big mouth radius. You're muted.
You're muted.
Yes, a big mouth. You say with really big teeth?
Yeah, the smallest one of them was almost as tall as me.
Let's go check this out.
Now, so
And besides, our small friend went that way, so we've got to find a way
We
to
gotta figure a way across that
Well,
bridge.
Yeah.
also, like, so we have O1 is
Right here.
stabilized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he is able to like do his thing, but he's kind of monitoring the modrons, and what he last said about this was that you all have saved him where he could not, saved them where he could not, and he will trust your judgment on what's the best way to try to get out.
Well, can he issue an instruction to like let to give us a space that we can walk without? being like accidentally stepping
He says,
anyone
I-
accidentally stepping on each other.
I can do that. However, as I had mentioned before, here in this realm, there are dangers that are magnified if the modrons do not keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying like stop them all, but have them form a pocket around us while we walk.
So that we can walk with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on which way you're trying to go. It is one thing
We'll
for
go-
you to walk
we'll-
along them with them in the direction they are walking.
Yes.
We'll go with them and not against them.
That can be arranged. So I feel like you are making a really straightforward request sound like something that I must work magic to grant to you.
We don't know how you do what you do.
All right. We appreciate.
We appreciate the clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still wrecked, but I don't think we can wait another hour while I
To
try to
be
get
clear,
myself healed.
marching along with them is easy as long as you keep up.
Okay.
Marching
Oh, so we could
in
just
the opposite direction cannot be arranged.
Okay.
So-
And although speaking of if we're not taking another hour,
Yeah.
How fast are the modron?
I mean, they're
uh,
marching around at like normal, like, same speed all of you have, probably moving a little bit slower because they're in sort of formation.
Okay.
Oh, so we
Are
could just slip into
Clockwise? Clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Oh,
Okay.
you mean?
It has always been anti-clockwise on this map. They are going
Okay.
up
That's
on this side
Okay.
and down on the other side. Nothing
Okay.
has changed about that.
Okay. I
Okay.
couldn't remember,
Okay.
Right.
so that's why I checked.
okay.
But yeah, no, that's
So
fine.
yeah, so yeah, crossing the bridge would require special effort.
Well, we can go around and get to the other side of the bridge that way.
okay.
I think
Yeah.
we should do that.
To be
Yep.
clear,
So-
I've been kind of like, clockwise doing it, but it is several minutes to walk from each sort of screen to the next.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, little Mr. Warforged, are you below half your HP?
I'm below a quarter of my HP.
All right, so one of the things I'm going to do is preserve life as a magic action. I can use Channel Divinity to restore 85 hit points to bloodied creatures within 30 feet of myself
Wow.
and divide the HP among them. I can only restore a creature up to half of its maximum HP.
Okay, so that would be you can give me 31 to get me to 70, which would
And
be half of my
this-
HP. So I could
Okay.
take 31 of that hit
Alright.
points.
And
Alrighty.
Rome only needs 1 to get up to 2 for half of
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 to Rome. All right. So
Can I
that
keep-
gives me
I need, if you give me 12, I get to half.
okay.
I'm above half.
Yeah, I spent copious numbers of hit dice, so I'm over half.
Well,
Okay.
we
You
can't.
didn't. You undo that. You did not.
Oh.
Yeah,
complete a
because it
short
didn't
rest.
happen because I went so marching off.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will have to do lots and lots of math.
Mathing.
Yes.
No, you got 36. 36 was the total of 48 plus 12. I can see it on the log.
Oh,
Right, but I took it multiples. No, I was down to 49. I got
Yeah. So just put yourself back at 49.
Okay, well,
Okay.
so I see that, yeah, you got a 52 and then a 36 and then a 14. So, yeah. So that would be 88, 92, 102.
Yep.
So you went up
So
to
to get to half, I would need 30-ish.
okay, you got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
And I still would have 11 left, but kneecaps off. God knows where.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you. That's yeah. Now I feel a little
Yeah.
less fragile.
Yeah.
Yes.
To get you couldn't get kneecap up to half
Mhm.
even with all of that. Or
Well,
or
yeah, because a barbarian.
Mm-hmm. I think Rome is now riding on XO1's shoulder.
Aw,
That's
that's sweet.
Okay, I've got 2 more channel divinities. Think I want to try to save at least. Trying to think about saving one for
emergency.
emergencies, but I could divine spark
Mhm.
to do a 3d8 plus 4 to someone. So I'm trying to just figure out who.
Okay.
Probably Tarsus because he's another healer.
All right. Well, so yeah, you guys are taking the time to do that. So I'm gonna switch back over to
89.
Kneecap. So Kneecap, you are in another situation here where the cavern narrows to the point where the marching modrons are filling it, but with your slippers, you can sort of just walk on like the ceiling of the tunnel instead.
Yep, that'd be plan.
All right, so you're going to come out here where you're kind of on the ceiling, where the ceiling gets much higher, and you are now above this this area here, which is the billowing magenta fog swirls over the crumbling cavern floor. The modrons are marching up a narrow ramp as the rest of the cave falls away into a bottomless pit. Giant rocks sculpted with massive beholder-like faces float amid the gas, their surfaces bristling with attentive fungal eye stalks. And this is the room where your understanding is that one of those floating rocks actually has a portal to Hopeless in it.
Yeah, and can definitely
Mm-hmm.
And
and
there's 1 or 2 actual beholders in there.
I
Mhm.
spotted where the beholders were last time we were here.
I don't think you actually saw them, I guess you spotted that they were, hiding in there. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what are you doing? What's the plan? You are still being given this command that you need to figure out a way to get the skull out, and right now it's feeling like a lot of pressure because you're so far not making a lot of progress in that.
I'm trying to make sure I can get you out and not drop you into a bottomless pit. Hmm. Yeah. Uh, I Kneecap just is kind of
Okay.
at a loss.
The skull is basically saying a big part of the problem here is you're walking away from me, which is making it even harder for you to ever fulfill the demand I am making of you.
Okay, well then, Kneecap will go. It's gonna go back.
All right. So you are now making your way back in the other direction.
Yeah.
All right. What else? So everyone else is still talking about healing.
No, I think we're ready to act, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, while that was going on, was there a minute for me to do my arcane rite and get some spell slots back?
I mean, you guys tell me how long you're taking.
How long does that take?
Yeah. I think we
Yeah.
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a minute, then
Yeah,
it's a
that's
minute.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so why don't we go counterclockwise and try to find Decap and figure out a plan to get these modrons out of here.
Okay.
And keep an eye out for a reasonably accessible.
Didn't we have someone in the group who was magically attuned to gates?
Yes, but I used that in order to get us here.
Oh, okay.
The
So,
very first Tarsus in this campaign was, but I am not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I
Oh.
mean, you guys, you're following along with the
Yeah.
modrons, and you
Mhm.
get back around over to
Yeah.
you know, this first room where, you know, once again the you know, there's a ledge overlooking the massive cavern. Behind you is an
Mhm.
archway of fungal stalks, covered in eyes and chattering teeth. Eerie clouds of thin vapor drift through the space, emanating from narrow cracks in the floor and several giant holes in the ceiling. Through the space echoes the clangor of thousands of metallic feet.
So
Modern
this is
yeah.
I'm going to look at the skull,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to look at the portal we came in.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Because I have an idea.
Well,
I
Dude,
support
that's a
you.
great idea. I
I
love it.
support you in that idea. I
I
love that
just don't
idea.
have any way of getting back up.
We'll help you.
Where's that
Yes.
portal? No.
The-
Where's that
It's
portal?
it's up here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's up there.
the ledge up there is like it's like 50 feet high.
Okay.
Sheer cliff.
And it's a
But
sheer
but
cliff?
I
Yeah.
look at the skull, I look up where the portal is, and I smile.
Mm-hmm.
If someone wants to take that as an idea,
Oh yeah.
just say
Um,
it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I can now run up surfaces as long as I don't stop.
Yep.
Can you make it 50 feet?
Oh yeah, I will take a step of the wind. That
All right.
doubles my movement.
Sure. Okay.
And I will give that thing a nice huck through that portal.
All right.
Now,
Yep.
All right.
With
And
the
so-
Deator keeps his promises.
Yeah.
And then just-
yeah, let
As it-
Scissor take care of it.
As it
matter
hurtles
of
through the portal, it says, "Smell you later."
oh, I'm sure we will.
Now that it is no longer in
Am I?
this here,
Mm-hmm.
does that break the command?
No.
Okay. Well, there's gonna
So,
there's gonna be a little bit of a where the
well,
fuck
so
did
what I think it will do is you're going to stop getting new commands, Kneecap. However, you are still charmed by the spell, and so as far as you know right now, you're not going to get any, like, you don't know. You're not getting any new instructions. But as far as you can tell, the original instruction is still in effect. Because you have not succeeded in delivering on it. And it's an archdevil. He's being a dick. Like, he doesn't have to drop it. Like,
Yeah.
you guys
Well,
didn't
yeah.
tell him to.
well,
Yeah, anyway.
the thing is, now that it's no longer here, it can do whatever it needs to.
Mhm.
Because wasn't part of the thing that he couldn't do a bunch of stuff because he was here? Now he's no
Yeah.
longer here.
Yeah,
He needs
exactly.
to get back to his domain so he
No,
can return.
he is not upset by your choice of how to resolve that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're
He's
already.
going to have some challenges where he's going, but that doesn't mean he is not still thinking of it
Yeah.
as progress.
And honestly, we don't mind that outcome.
I mean, we might be in deeper doo-doo than we were before with that particular faction, but I'm not sure we can actually make it much worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
we're already on their crap list.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
and we were
Let's-
disguised. So anyway,
Oh,
I really
so
don't know that's gonna help very much. But anyway, yeah.
All right.
That's future us's problem. Current us's problem is getting
Yeah.
these modrons out of this hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
let's-
So
we're
is-
right now we're looking for
Kneecap.
Kneecap.
Right. Let's return on that plan to try to find Kneecap,
Okay.
and then we can get a way out of here.
So,
yeah.
Kneecap, you've made your way back to where you fought the planar incarnate and everything. Your friends are gone.
Cap swears in Gnomish.
Mhm.
gears.
it is a long string of impossible to comprehend sounds unless you really know Gnomish.
I was about to say, so you're swearing in German.
Yeah, there's a lot of stomping with like a dust cloud. You just see it like animates itself. There's like exclamation point. So
All
I
right,
think
let's.
he'll probably not see any signs of major disturbance and probably think, they probably found a way to move with. Okay.
I mean, it's a reasonable assumption.
Yeah.
And
All right.
And plus, I didn't see them when I was
yeah,
coming
and
back.
you're probably hurrying at this point. I'm not going to belabor the whole thing. I think eventually you catch up. They're looking for you. You have jumped. You have made a reasonable assumption that they're moving in the other direction. Although I don't know, maybe how you feel about like they knew you went off in the other direction and then they went the other way. I don't know what you.
Well, we figured we'd meet him on.
Yeah, so
We'd come
it's a loop.
around.
We'd come around either way.
you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kneecap understands the idea of
All
moving.
right. So
moving.
Kneecap has shown up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Cuspid runs up to him, buddy, and takes a whack at him with her hammer.
Make sure you're staying off of the actual
Yeah.
path here. All right, so roll your attack.
I just have this image of just this slow motion run, but as I just think she's
28.
she just
That hits.
smiling, just
Yeah.
bigger and
So-
bigger.
Take the damage, and then you can repeat the wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'm using it two-handed, so it's 13.
13. Okay.
13 damage, and you lose at least 1 tooth.
Okay. And the saving throw. Wisdom, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 18.
Nope.
Are you fixed? I can do it again.
What? What the? What are you doing?
You don't see the skull now. So like this is even worse than it was because now you don't even know where the skull is to help it.
Where's the skull?
We threw it away.
Yeah.
We sent it to Sigil.
No, we just threw it away.
Well, I think Cora has just given the game away here, so it's not. I will say that although you still feel, Kneecap, like if you were given a new command, you would have to follow it. With the skull having been sent to Sigil, that meets the requirements of that original command you got, and so you're not currently compelled to do anything.
Okay. But like, so Kneecap relaxes, but then tenses a bit and just.
Cuspid is still wound up for another shot. It's like, are you fixed?
I think there'll be
I don't know.
plenty of opportunities for Kneecap to take damage soon that they could possibly break this compulsion.
All right, roll a d3.
I'll roll a d3.
Okay.
One.
Just one. Oh well, she picks up that tooth and sticks it in her pouch.
Teeth for the teeth god.
Yep.
Hey, so far everything we've been fighting hasn't had any teeth, so I got to take my patrons' sacrifices where I can. And those ones over there in the big jaw room over there. Oh my god, I got to figure out a way to come back
Well, I mean,
with with people who can. Wait, you guys could carry it. You guys were carrying that skull. We got to go back in there. Come on. And I'm gonna get back into the march and head back to the maw room.
Yeah, we got to go down
Mm-hmm.
to get back to the mob room.
Yeah.
but So why don't?
Yeah, we need to come up with our plan now.
As you're doing that, by the way, I think Gizemnid is just saying, "So, thought any more about that proposal that I made? You know,
I'm. What is? Do I actually have a? How's my charisma? My charisma is terrible. I'm not the person that maybe put her persuade XO1 to do this, but I think maybe that's the. I mean, that's what Tarsus wants to be the answer, but Tarsus doesn't have the persuasion to make it work.
Hey, Gazemnid,
Yep.
how about we come up with some number in between what XO1 and you would consider an acceptable sacrifice to get out, because this is not getting anybody anywhere at this point. You got all these people trumping around inside you. Can't be comfortable. I mean, I've had fleas. I know what it's like to have parasites trumping around. It's not fun, not happy. So what do you say we come up with a somewhat smaller number, like, I don't know, 6?
Make a persuasion check.
I don't actually have skill, but I have a great charisma.
Wait, too late.
19. What? Hold
Flash
on.
of genius. I'm going to add 5
Yeah,
to it.
I was going to just get guidance on you.
So that makes it a 24,
24.
right? Which is above the threshold that's written here for it to say, well, here's the thing. I really want to eat some modrons today. 6 is not enough, though. I could be persuaded to only consume a quarter of them.
Okay, we'll go to XO1. It's like, all right, dude, we're not getting anywhere. There's no more gates here that Gizemnid doesn't have control over, or that go to a convenient place or are big enough for these tens of thousands of guys.
And there is the portal to hopeless.
I mean, it's
it's too small.
It's too small. It'd take forever, and think of all the trauma inflicted on all these poor modrons from marching around for another however long it'll take. So, the fate of the universe is at stake here.
Sure, but we would not be really. The Deator is not about sacrifice for the greater good in this sense. I mean, a quarter of the modron is a lot.
Right. All of reality is a whole lot more.
Fine if we get them out of hopeless.
Again, that would take days, weeks.
Yeah, and what happens to the universe in the meantime?
What happens to the modron in the meantime?
I mean, we're not like on a stopwatch, but we are on a timer.
Yeah. So to be clear, it would take days for all of the modrons to pass through a portal as small as the one to Hopeless. And that's separate from having to fight off any beholders that might want to stop you from doing that. Right. However, the time involved there is weighed against the fact that you're talking about something like 15 to 20,000 modrons being consumed by Gizemnid in the other proposal. And so XO1 is basically does not like that idea, but also, knows that it is true that he has to make his report. And I think that, if all of you together are aligned, you can make a persuasion check and, might.
I'm going to if you're, I'm going to cast guidance on you for persuasion. So you get an extra D4 out of that.
I have one more flash of genius left.
I think this is a good place.
Also the one.
I might have been willing to.
Oh, you have the highest persuasion.
Yeah.
Plus 8?
Okay,
yeah,
so you're the one to make.
You do that part.
Guys on you.
I've done my part. You do yours.
Yeah. It's basically convincing him that this might be the best way of getting the Modron, the march out of here with the most safety and quickest, so that they're back to their that you all are back to your actual duties and not in this loop, not in this unnatural loop.
Yeah, kind of unlawful too.
Hmm.
And okay, there was a
D4.
I mean, yeah. Well, you're also all kind of working together on this. I'll let
Yeah.
you roll it with advantage.
Okay, roll again.
Okay.
Oh, oh, okay. That was just a D4. Never mind.
Okay.
So
well,
20.
so
16 plus
it's
4 plus the
yeah.
genius.
Well,
25.
are you doing
Is-
another flash of genius?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
one left.
All right. Okay.
So
So-
that'd
That's
be
25.
5. Yeah.
So I think then XO1 does say, it is true that it is understood that when we undertake the Great Modron March, certain losses are expected as a result of the dangers we face. This is higher than typical, however, it has certainly not been a typical march. I accept these terms on the grounds that it permits confidence and security for the remainder. And then Gizemnid says, I might have been willing to go down to an 1/8 if you hadn't gotten rid of that devil skull.
He was controlling our people. We wanted him out of the way sooner rather than later.
Sure, I just need more modrons now, that's all.
Oh,
I still,
Yeah.
this still feels like
Fair enough.
this still feels like a very bad deal. If we haven't cracked the old universe yet, as many times as we have rebooted ourselves, I do not. We just saw they just made a thing with a demon. We threw it through a portal. You want to make one with a giant one? You wanted to take its teeth.
I mean, it gotta be me.
Yeah.
It's not a great deal.
Cuspid
Radius, but
doesn't
it's the best
strike
deal
you
we
as,
could get.
I mean, you've met a really dark Cuspid, right? You met
Mhm.
Spine.
Right.
There's a little bit of Spine in Cuspid.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had a trimmer for any sort of glitch since. So what's a couple of days?
Well, you could have made that argument before we made the deal.
Yeah.
I did. It was 20,000.
we need to take what victories we can.
So let's go beat up beholders and go through the portal.
And what if our reluctant host decides to send more and more because we're not upholding the bargain we just made?
I think it's a little late now.
I mean, it could do it anyway.
It could do it anyway, but we've made a bargain. We keep
It's
our
a
word.
demon.
He's saying, listen, you guys, I think you really all need to get on the same page, because, it's one of the things that, like, being deprived of eating some modrons is, like, I can deal. The thing is, you were wanting me to do something for you, and so I named the price.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't need me to open up my gate, fine, you can stay here for all I care. But if you want to fight some of the other beholders, maybe risk your own lives. I don't know, that seems pretty entertaining to me too. So, whatever.
I think
How big are the modrons each individually?
I mean,
The
many
size
of
of
them
Rome,
are
yeah.
large, but
Large.
most are medium. None are smaller than that.
Could they climb through the portal to Sigil?
They
mean,
could.
Yeah, they absolutely could. It's just that that one also would take days to get them all through, and it's a question of like,
How do we get them out of the prison?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, getting them out of hopeless isn't going to be great either. We're going to be streaming a bunch of modrons into a terrible place.
It might liven it up.
They might.
They
They
got
might
out
get.
of there. They got out of there on their own. I don't think that it's going to be a matter of us getting them out of there. It's us trying to go with them when they leave,
Yeah.
because they had to have visited the portal in Sigil and then left to go on their hopping tour of all of the planar things.
Mhm.
But
How many beholders are? How many are going to be lost to the beholders and hopeless? I bet.
Yeah, we still have to deal with them.
I
So
bet
it's either
those will have a.
we'd be fighting beholders here, beholders there. If we can avoid fighting beholders right now, it's probably good for our safety.
I think
they,
whatever.
I mean, they do have teeth.
Now,
We can
You
also
know,
always go back there too.
one
but
of
after we've
the,
had some time to rest.
But look, we could rest because I mean I could tell you a raging tale of one of our greatest saints in the faith of the Deitor, the great masked saint. He stepped forward shakenly, weakening in the knees, and performed for the Savior of the universe. So why not aim for such glories in the name of the Deitor and not this sacrificial lamb to a demon beholder god? Screw this guy. Let's take his teeth.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's probably a bad idea.
I mean, I don't know. I have some interest in seeing you try.
We are not big enough
Oh.
to take on gods.
No,
We
yeah,
can
we're not.
easily just take a rest.
Yeah, but even with the rest, we're not going to be able to take on a god. Even with the power of the Daedra behind us,
All
it's
right,
just
all right,
not.
It hasn't shown
The
up
Deitor, Paler, Vulcan. We've got
All
a
right,
nice trifecta.
hold on,
but
hold on.
no.
Everybody who wants to give Gazemnid what he wants and take the easy road as their primary choice, raise your hand.
If he was so
And everybody who wants to go and fight some beholders, to spend days watching these guys traipse through a little tiny gate, raise your hand. Okay. Radius, you're alone on this one. No, nobody is convinced.
he
I think you
hasn't
need
shown
to.
up yet.
What?
We're in him. He's already here.
Right. Which means the only way he can get us is if we leave here to go within his reach, other than his beholders, unless he wants to morph himself into here.
Don't you
He's
don't you
already
remember?
done
Don't
it.
you
Doesn't
remember?
need
Don't you
to.
remember the stalks that attacked us when Susan came here?
Yeah, that was
him. He could do that again.
And again, and
And
again, and
again.
again.
I bet if he really wanted to, he can make a mouth appear right underneath you.
I could do all that stuff.
Exactly, which is why we're
Insight check.
trying not to do that.
Can I get an
Make an insight check, yeah.
please?
So check on
Ah,
God.
that's not enough. 15.
You think you probably could. Like, he's like, basically, you realize, as soon as you think about it, that there's about 5 different, like, mushroom-looking eye stalks on the walls that are just watching you right now. And you remember the gigantic eye stalks that you fought when you first got here, and he's like, see, here's the thing. You all are kind of already garnering a lot more of my attention than I would normally pay to you. If I don't mind you being here, you are interesting to watch. If you want to get out through my gate, I've told you my price. You do not have permission to take my teeth. Otherwise, do whatever the hell you want. Jeez.
I look at the leader of the Modron and say, "What's your secession plan?"
What? What?
So
I don't understand
This-
your query.
Succession.
If
Who's
you-
in charge if something happens to you? He's
Yeah.
asking.
There is they pull out like a big thick 3-ring binder.
Asking Modrons whether they have a plan is like asking Cuthbert whether she likes teeth.
yeah.
Mhm.
Asking Cuthbert all the things she likes about teeth.
I will say XO1 did raise his hand when you asked about who wants to
Who wants
Fight.
to who wants to fight
you
the
know,
beholders?
they will take the group's like if the group is proposing that you take Gizemnid's deal, like he will trust your judgment on that, but he doesn't love the idea of sacrificing a quarter of them. Now, it might be that there is some danger in terms of the other plans, but also like probably
mean,
not going to
Yeah.
lose a quarter of them.
If we could actually get a long rest here, I could see fighting
Or even a short rest.
the beholder. I could see
Wow.
fighting the beholders after a long rest. I can't see fighting the beholders as we are now.
And but also it's not like they can't fight too. They literally just tried to kill us.
Who are you
The-
talking
The
about?
The
Modron
larger
guards.
modrons.
These guys aren't pushovers.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure XO1's going to
The-
want to put them on the front line. They're his guards.
If it's the difference between sacrificing 20,000 of my modrons, then I will have them assist.
I stand corrected.
So okay. I mean, I'm fine with a short rest, but
Let's take a short rest then.
No,
I
But
I
or
need a
longer-
long rest. A long rest is
you think we can get that?
well, he just said we can try. That we're amusing the heck out of him.
All right. So
And if his little underlings over at the next gate,
now we've gotten rid of the skull.
aren't up to the task, maybe they are just victims of their own incompetence. And I kind of look up and around to see if that plays well with the audience. As in looking at like one of the eye stalks or
Sure.
something.
I mean, right now you're just making a lot of noise as far as I'm concerned.
I mean,
all right. So how about this? We'll see if we can get that rest. If we can, we'll go see if we can get to that gate to Hopeless. And if either of those two things don't work out, then we'll take the Munchies plan as a backup. How's that? Is everybody on board for that?
sure.
Yeah.
But
All
and
right.
I would just like to say that I think he should allow us to get a long rest. It's not like he's not going to prepare for us now that he knows our plan. And on top of that, why not let's make the deal be if we make it through his whatever, we can get out and we can use the portal. If you're really willing to make a deal and he wants to be entertained. He knows we're coming, so he's going to throw something at us. So why not that be the deal?
No, let's
No.
let's keep the other deal in the back pocket. He's not going to, and just
Yeah.
we'll take the long rest, and if we can play attack the beholders for the Gate of Hopeless as you've so desired, Radius, and see how that takes us.
Besides, you're all assuming that somehow this is my doing, that there are small beholders guarding that particular portal. I mean, I let them do it because they like it. It makes them feel important. It's not like I'm telling them to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that clarifies things. All
Okay.
right.
Yep.
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
Nap time.
Holders aren't really big on
Yeah.
command structures, as I understand it.
I do want to go around, like, since we were going to have some time with the long rest, but, like, I do want to take some time to figure out what's going on with that sludge that the rest of us haven't encountered yet.
Oh yeah, I've had.
So, because if it has some ideas,
Huh.
What is happening? Every time we go to rest, people leave.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's a need for that. I don't think there's a need for that.
I don't think it would really help any more than the skull would.
I mean, a demon
Everything is terrible here, okay? Everything
Yes.
is terrible.
talking sludge cannot be good.
I
Not
mean,
here.
I am not. Yes, in general, I would say don't necessarily. You know that's a bit of an oversimplification, but in this particular case, I think you're right.
Yeah. So
I have
let's
known
get
a
up on this
few-
ledge and
I have
Get
known
s-
a
get
few
some sleep.
decent sludges in my time.
All right. So, are you even trying to do just a short rest, or are you just going to go ahead and try to settle in for a long rest?
I think a long rest.
Okay.
yeah.
Are you doing anything other than, like, well, A, if you wanted to get up on the ledge, how are you doing that? B, any other preparations you're making, or?
I mean, Kneecap will go up there and basically just, hold a rope for others to
Sure.
help. Up.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yep.
Yep.
yeah.
Much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take watches and
Yeah, we'll do the usual watches and what have yous.
yeah.
All
And
right.
I will take the first watch because I still have my foresight up, and it will go away during the night. So I'll be on first watch.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
All
be
right.
on first watch with you.
Yeah, I can be on the latter half, and I only need 4 hours.
I only need 4 hours. I'll take that last watch with Radius.
Okay.
Happen. Alright.
Are we doing 2 or 3?
3 watch. Well,
3 shifts, so
Three shifts
Actually-
in 4 hours.
okay. Well, whatever. Yeah, well,
All right. Go ahead and get yourselves wherever you want to be. And Cuspid and who are up first?
Cuspid and me.
Okay. All right. I'd like to have the both of you make perception checks.
You're going to roll with advantage.
Okay. Cross your fingers.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awful. 12.
Okay.
Wow,
I
that is awful.
it's could have been worse theoretically, but
Yeah.
it's not great. So I think what that means in this case is that by the time you notice this, it has they've gotten close. So it's been long enough that everyone would have gotten the benefit of a short rest. So you
Okay.
can all do that at least before this next thing is happening.
Okay.
So if you need to take a moment for that, go ahead and do so.
okay.
But as you're doing that, what you notice, and I think you realize that they were drifting sort of silently with only sort of a like a very sort of soft, gentle, rasping sound to them that you didn't pick up on until they were only about 30 feet away. But what you see is that there are two what look like undead beholders that are kind of just sort of like they're not moving very purposefully. They're kind of just sort of like drifting aimlessly. But they are drifting aimlessly in your direction, more or less. And so
Mhm.
it's not so much that they look like they are actively coming after you, so much as they happen to sort of be floating around almost like soap bubbles, but in such a way that they're basically going to like bump up around you guys, and you suspect they will notice your camp if they do so.
All right,
Okay.
well, I'm gonna nudge people awake.
Yep. Anybody got a very gentle wind spell?
Nothing
No.
gentle
I
about
do
mine.
not.
Undead?
Um,
Can clerics take care of those?
Oh. Yeah, I've got essentially one turner undead with that with a little extra damage added onto it, but that's what I've got for um
wait,
turning.
Yeah, I can
Um,
do the
why
normal
don't we
turning.
just all
I could do wall. Hey, I still got my 5th level spell slot. I can do wall of force and let them bump against that and keep on going.
yeah. Or I
Yeah.
can cloak us in. I can also cloak us in shadow.
Well, they can see through that.
But let's assume they can see through that.
Yes. So you could do
Okay.
do the wall of force if that's the case. How long will it last?
10 minutes.
I think that's probably a good idea. Best idea.
Yeah, yeah, we could start try turning and things and leave them off.
And then
of
if
us.
it decides and if they decide that it's actually interesting,
So here's the thing. You don't have this much time.
okay.
Okay.
And you're talking. So
Yep, and-
I will allow you all to make a group stealth check right now to see if they've already noticed you.
All right.
Natural one.
24.
21.
Okay.
Uh,
So let's see. We got 2 fails, 2 successes. It sounds like, and then a 14.
Yeah.
Who do we not have a result for?
2-1.
Say again.
2-1.
Okay. You mean 21?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's what I was trying to clarify. Okay. So, but so we've got a 9 and 8, a 21, a 14, another 21, and
A 24.
24. Okay. I think that's a success. Okay. But what you're realizing is they haven't noticed you yet, but they're close now. You can't afford to be even really talking anymore at this point.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Wall of Force
Okay.
along this edge.
Okay. They might still see you through that if they're that close.
Well, I could technically make it Wall of Fire.
no,
But
I
they
mean,
would notice that.
Yeah, but they would definitely notice that.
Yeah. I
I'm
guess what
trying
I'm
to-
just saying is that you don't have a lot of space to work with, but like if they drift all the way to right up against the ledge, like they'll be looking right through it at you, which I'm not saying definitely means they notice you. You would obviously still have the wall of force up, but I'm just saying if you're
Well,
like I don't know why you wouldn't go ahead and block them where they are instead of waiting for them to get all the way to the ledge. Is my point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like boof,
Mm-hmm.
so that they just bump right along.
Yep. Okay. As they bump into it, I'm going to have each of them make a perception check. They are not good at it. And if either of them gets above a 15, then they're gonna notice something. That's a 12 and a 4. So yes,
Yay.
they bump up against. They kind of squish against the wall of force and sort of bounce off of it and start drifting off in the other
Leave some
direction.
smears of undead goo on it as
Yeah.
they squeak by. Can I make a squeegee sound?
Yeah. Yeah. So they continue sort of drifting away.
Yuck.
Alrighty then.
Ouch.
Let's try this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is second watch?
Me and Kneecap, I believe.
Oh yeah, you're doing great.
All right. Let's
My
get.
perception's plus 10. So.
Oh, I'm the one you want.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, plus 15. So.
Yeah, barbarian. You get a leg up on that.
Well, not automatically with perception, but he does. Kneecap does have high perception, I believe.
31.
31. Yeah. Yeah. I think that what you notice well before it has had time to, to reach you, is that there is what looks like a sort of a cloud of spores that is kind of, again, sort of just drifting along on the air currents, kind of like the beholder zombies were. And so you're not sure what those spores are or what they would do, but it does look like they are sort of heading your way.
Oh no.
I would definitely point out to Cora and be like, what should we do?
Let's see.
Probably not good, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something like, do I have anything at the moment that is vaguely.
Wind?
If I had any of my higher level spells, yes. Spirit Guardians is next to me and like 15-foot radius sphere around me, but basically they would just take damage coming into the area. I don't have any way of, let's see, guiding bolt, no. Freedom of movement, no. Could Guardian of Faith out 30 feet from me?
No, it wouldn't be out there. It has to surround you.
No, that's Spirit Guardians. I'm
Oh,
talking
Guardian of Faith.
Guardian of Faith.
Oh, my bad.
That it appears and hovers, and then
Oh,
when
right.
something comes within 10 feet of it, it starts taking
So it's whacking.
damage on a
That's right.
failed.
Well,
on
this is a
rolls.
cloud of spores, though. It's more like an
Yeah.
environmental
Well, it's
hazard.
Yeah, it's
The
so it's
Guardian of
not an
Faith would swing
enemy.
its sword at this cloud of spores.
What about? Oh,
Well, let me display it because the way it's written,
It's not. So this is not a creature.
okay,
It is an environmental hazard.
okay,
Alright.
then
Yeah, I'm gonna nudge Radius and say, hey, do you have a way to you can make fire, right?
sadly, I cannot.
Oh.
yeah, I don't. don't have anything except I could like just do.
What about, I know I'm still asleep, no one's awoken me. What about a wall of fire? Would that work?
Yeah, it would, but I can't do it.
I can do it, but
But
no
we're
one's,
trying.
yeah, you see, yeah, you're trying
Trying
not
to
to
see
wake
if
us
there's a
up.
way of dealing with this before
Previous.
waking everyone up and interrupting the long rest
Yeah,
again.
I
Yeah,
think once
okay.
again you're taking long enough
Yeah.
that it's almost on you if you don't do something.
Okay.
Fire.
I could do Sacred Flame at the
I
thing, but that's about it without waking
Cap is
everyone else up.
Cap is
All right,
going
no,
over.
it is moving into your little niche. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Is this against being poisoned?
Yes.
Okay, I get advantage on that.
16.
12.
11.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Oh, I rolled.
I was going to say basically a 15 or higher
15,
saves
okay.
here. If
No,
you,
I failed.
So if you did not save, you're basically just like it smells bad. You're kind of coughing, and that's all that's kind of seems to be happening at the moment. But make a note of whether you failed or not.
Do we still have the resistances from the heroes brunch?
Let me
Because
check.
there was an immunity to poison status.
Yeah, let me check the duration. I believe is Heroes Feast for 24 hours.
Okay.
Resistance to poison damage
Okay.
and immunity to frightened and poison conditions.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't going to give you the poisoned condition, but I will say that you can roll the check with advantage.
Okay.
Not a whole lot better. That's a 14
Same
for me.
number.
Okay.
All right. Oh, we also know that for later we can
Well, we'll figure. See what happens.
do some healing and medicine and
Yeah, I think lesser restoration cures poison.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it winds up being.
Well, you would be
not
immune
quite-
to the poisoned condition, which
Mhm.
is not so you're not going to have that. But
If there's other stuff.
basically, what I'll just go ahead and tell you right now is that you're going to, when you finish the long rest, assuming nothing else, like without any other element that could change things, like if you guys did something, those of you who didn't make the save are going to wake up with 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Okay.
And that would
I
take.
can deal with that.
That's nowhere near as bad as it used to be.
Well, it's like a -1 to just about everything. I think, right? That's what it is now.
Yeah, it's a -1 to just about everything.
So yeah, that'd be greater restoration to remove that.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I do have, but I don't
There's
have that many. It's a 5th level spell.
Well, how many failed?
A lot.
Failed. Yeah,
I
a
failed.
lot.
2.
It's
And
it's
I
not
have-
-1.
Well,
It's
here's the thing: is that you don't
Yeah,
actually
don't
know
know
this yet. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
telling you
Yeah.
in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
advance that that's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
Okay.
So, I think what will happen is who is going to be the third watch?
Radius and Tarsus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did either of you fail that save?
I
No,
did.
I did not.
I did.
Okay. So I think, I think you will wake up then, with that level of exhaustion and just realize, look, I did not get a very good night's sleep here, but it does count as a long rest.
All right.
Like not everyone else has finished it yet, right? So it's
Right.
you
Yeah.
just a third shift you had you got it already. So go ahead and make your perception checks.
Not good at this, but are you good at this, Radius?
Very.
Okay, then I'll just support yours.
Alrighty. I say that and watch me roll terrible.
Yep.
Oh, you're 20.
All right. Yeah. So I think as you are, waiting out this last watch, you eventually become aware that there is a tiny, tiny little eye stalk that doesn't seem like the ones that are just sort of everywhere on the fungus and everything. It seems to be moving more specifically, like it's actually like attached to something, but it's very small. Like if this was a beholder that was the size of like a grapefruit. But there's one of these tiny little eye stalks that's sort of peeking around the corner at you, and you actually, once you notice it, you realize you can actually hear it going.
How far away is it?
I mean, the ledge that you're on is not that big, so it's basically here. Do I have a token for it? Let's see. I don't have a token for it, but here I'm just going to use a beholder token, but it's a tiny one because it's what this is actually something else, but it's basically what you can all imagine is a beholder that's the size of like a softball or a grapefruit.
I look at my friend here and say, shh.
And so it's like peeking around from like around this little ledge
Oh,
here.
I'm sorry, I did not catch what you said.
I said, should we acknowledge it? And I kind of point.
Yes, Tarsus is woken up exhausted. He's not feeling great, so he is not inclined to. He's not inclined to be happy about. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead at it.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah, that's let's see. It's going to be D20 plus 2. Gets a 17 on its wisdom save.
It failed.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what happens?
Takes necrotic damage, right?
It takes necrotic damage, which
Yeah.
is taking forever to roll.
Mhm.
Come on, 9. 20 necrotic damage.
So you had been watching the little eye stalk sort of peek around the corner and listening to it make its little mischievous laugh, and then you just hear it go, eh! And then after a little while, it drops out of sight, and a few seconds later.
Okay.
I've been through a lot, Radius. I've been controlled by an archdevil, stuck in the body of this beholder god. I've kind of lost it.
I'm not getting petrified again.
No. The endless stuns, the petrifications, I'm just not.
Yeah.
And
So nothing else intervenes, and so everyone can complete your long rest with the caveat that some of you have 1 level of exhaustion.
And you said it was 15 to pass for the
Yes.
exhaust.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Me.
all right.
All right, and the exhaustion, by the way, is -2 for each level.
Is
Okay.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast
the original version in the Unearthed Arcana we got way back when was 10 levels with -1 each. Now it's
Right.
gone back to 5 levels, 6 means you're dead with -2 each.
Right.
So there's the same number of levels as there used to be.
Okay.
I'm
but just the
casting
penalties
greater
are-
restoration on myself.
You
I'm
have
just
the
not
diamonds
going.
for that.
Oh, you're right. I don't have the diamonds for it. You're right. I guess I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, you guys did get some diamonds on your way up, but you also have used a revivify already. I don't know what
Yeah.
else you have.
Yeah.
That's right.
Diamond dust worth 100 plus gold pieces, which is self-consumes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I have any of that.
You said
Nope.
diamonds or 100 plus gold pieces or both?
No,
Di-
100
100
dust
gold worth of diamond dust.
Diamond dust. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. Yep, I guess I am exhausted. So
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
We will take such a nap when we get out of here.
Yeah.
Uh, do we still want to fight these beholders, Radius?
Versus,
If that's the plan, that is the plan as it stands.
right.
Yep.
Because even being not as rested as we could be, still like our chances doing it versus sacrificing 20,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna recast my foresight.
Okay.
Breakfast is a hero's feast.
All right.
Do you have another one of those chalices?
The bulls, I grabbed like 3 of them, like basically used up all available money because 2 is 1, 1 is none. And I knew we were going to be at least using 1.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, if you have another one, you can use them.
And we've got 20 bonus hit points if you didn't go all the way up to max. So
20 temp or 20 added.
increase your max by 20
Okay.
Oh,
and be healed
Okay.
up to that. Just like the last time.
Okay.
It adds to your max HP.
Yay.
Okay.
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 Core rules, expanded
'Cause
rules.
that is in general so freaking useful. All right. And I've been looking at what is good for beholders because we know we're going against beholders.
Hmm?
No. If I took, I'm going over my prepared spells. I have transmute rock. Could I transmute the sludge?
I don't
If
think
we-
it's mud.
It's a
Yeah.
it talked, didn't it?
Yeah, it's probably some form of living creature, probably an ooze, or at least it has
Yeah.
it. Or the skull was of a devil.
Archdevil, yeah.
Maybe it's a skull, or maybe it's remnants of a demon.
You may not remember, the skull warned you about the sludge. It said, don't listen to it.
Oh. Huh. Whatever.
I'd forgotten that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go kick some beholder.
Hmm. All right, Skeleton Crew, tell me what you want to do.
Switching.
We're headed
My
down to the
sunburst to Holy
where the gate for
Aura.
help is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, use rope to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keep mass heal on hand.
All right. So certainly you pass through that, the next area down, where it no longer leads past a mini horned skull impaled on a moldy stalagmite. And then you once again will get down to this lower left area. Let me just moving all these guys down. And once again in here, billowing magenta fog swirls over a crumbling cavern floor. Modrons are marching up a narrow ramp as the rest of the cave falls away into a bottomless pit. Giant rocks sculpted with massive beholder-like faces float amid the gas, their surfaces bristling with attentive fungal eye stalks. And because you guys have some ridiculous passive perception, we'll just say that you are able to notice that, 2 of those floating rocks are actually real beholders pretending to be floating rocks.
I should have thrown that skull down the bottom of this pit.
No, you wanted to throw the skull in the maw.
I wanted to throw the skull in the maw.
I could have also thrown it in the one. Yes, I would.
That was my idea, but
yeah.
He would have just spit it back out.
Are Radius and Cora gonna come join us?
Yeah, I'm just
as a party.
Just double checking what making minor adjustments to my spell list because, yeah, since I know we're going up against beholders.
All right.
I imagine we
Yeah.
probably would have
And,
done.
and that one that was like the 60-foot circle that would kill all of us is not something I'm planning on. It's something I'm not looting.
Mhm.
So I switched that to what did I? Gods.
Well, since we have beholders, I think the spell I want to use is anti-magic field. That'll keep a lot of that, what they can do off of us.
Mm.
But you won't be able to cast spells within that field.
Fine with me. Smacks the hammer into her hand a couple times.
I mean,
Okay.
I can't
No,
take
it was
magic. I
that
can't.
was an
Yeah.
8th level one that
Yeah, it's an
I
8th level spell.
swapped.
Yeah,
It was
it's an 8th level spell, but it means I can't do
No,
a lot
that's
of
in
things. I'm just
pieces.
basically
oh,
playing.
that's right.
I'm just playing ray defense, but that could be useful.
Does it have to
Okay.
focus
Yeah.
on you? Does it have to focus on you, or can you move it, Bladen?
No, it has to be. It surrounds me in a 10-foot emanation.
Okay.
Yeah,
10-foot, yeah, 10-foot radius.
Oh, so
I'm
so if
got
I so if I move you, it moves with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as I keep the concentration.
Monks are awesome. I can move you around the battlefield with Step of the Wind as long as you're willing.
Uh-huh. Okay. So
uh,
yeah, I think
if
that's my, but that's, I mean, I mean, for that battle with the with those modrons, I kept wanting to use that. So I kept wanting the stuns and shocks, but I could never get a turn to do
Yep.
it. I just kept being stunned, off, stunned. I could never actually get the anti-magic field up to keep them from stunning me.
yeah, and I'm gonna load a holy aura in 8th. Because advantage within 30-foot aura, advantage on saving throws, and non-allies have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and create my Eldritch Cannon while everybody's prepping.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
tiny one, and then I need my Corgi Cannon,
Okay.
probably in front of Kneecap.
Yeah, just a second. Give me a second.
No problem.
Oh, is there some?
Oh, I have a light crossbow. That's fine. I can use that.
Okay. So, I mean,
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's do this.
Awesome.
all right, let's see.
Do we go ahead and roll initiative?
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
All right, let's see. I'm you guys are just making this a ridiculous encounter, so I'm having to you know, I'm not that I'm this is not a judgment. It's just going to take me a little bit to get it all set up, is all.
No worries.
Take
And
your time.
okay. Okay. Why did that not add it to the... Oh, right, okay, because I... All right, and then, get rid of that one. And then let's see. Almost ready here.
I got it.
And remember, I have alert. I'm at 21. So if someone low end wants to swap with me, that'd be useful to be swapping with me.
Okay. Kneecap, I'm showing a 0. Oh, no,
All
there's
right.
a duplicate. Never mind. It's fine. I
Yeah,
got
there's
it.
a bunch of duplicates.
Okay, guys, chill
Yeah.
with the. So, um, there's not a bunch of duplicates. Okay, I don't know why. Fine. Okay. I think there's only duplicates because I added you. Even. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Okay. So everyone's got their initiative on there, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. We've got a. Tarsus, you're going to go in front of X01. Malleus, you're going to go in front of the Beholders.
Okay.
Cuspid, you're going to go in front of the Septon Modrons. Okay, so we've got an initiative order, but tell me what you're actually doing, because right now, as you come in here, they're still sort of think they're hidden, they're hiding, pretending to be rocks. So you need you all decide how this happens.
Who's
Right.
the inciting incident?
Yep.
Hmm?
I
I
think that's
mean-
Radius.
Yeah.
Well, if they don't take the casting of the Corgi cannons as a sign that they might not be so cleverly hidden, then
You guys tell me. I described already
I
what's
think
happening.
the canyons would probably be a good.
No, but no, Radius, go ahead and start things off for us, Radius.
You're muted.
Jason, you're muted.
I know. No. I know. I'm muted. How far away is the nearest one?
You can see them on the map.
Yep,
10.
Oh,
10 feet from you.
15 feet.
2 squares.
You know what? I can actually just jump out and punch that dude and come back, I guess.
It's over a bottomless pit. It is floating over a bottomless pit.
Yeah,
So-
that token is not sitting on top of a floating rock. It
It's just-
is the floating rock.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Well,
it's
technically
pretending
there
to-
is a floating rock there, but the point is that there's nothing for you to stand on to punch
Oh.
it.
Yeah.
right. So darn it. I don't think I even have anything to throw at it. Well,
All right, so maybe you're not the inciting incident.
no. I can't be this. Shoot it with the Corgi cannons.
Yeah.
You want Malleus to be the
Malleus.
inciting incident? I will
Guys.
absolutely be the inciting incident.
Yes,
Figure
Sure.
something out. Come on
Finally,
now.
finally, you can make
Fire.
something explode.
Yeah. Do
Yes.
what you do
Boom,
best.
baby.
Do what you do best. Exactly.
Okay. Actually, have you cast the anti-magic field yet?
Mm-mm.
No.
No, you haven't? All right. Fireball.
That's a good.
That's a way.
That's always a good one. An
Mhm.
oldie but goodie.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast Fireball. That is a 20-foot sphere. Can I get both of these guys?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. So that's what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
I'm just going to cast it at 3rd level.
One of them got a 19, the other got a 12.
Okay. Dex save is 19.
Mhm.
Let me roll damage. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's a whole lot of ones. That's only 18 points of fire damage.
Okay. Well, one of them is going to take half. The other one is taking the full 18. But now
Okay.
they definitely know something is happening.
Right.
Okay.
So, Radius, you're still the top of the initiative. I don't know why you guys were making this complicated. Like, you still need to figure something out.
You could hold an attack.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I will throw a dagger at it. I've got a
Okay.
couple of those in my inventory. I will just throw a dagger at it.
Okay.
And here we go. 23.
Okay. Yeah, 23 will hit.
Oh gosh, 7 points. Wow.
Okay.
All right, and that'll be my turn for now.
Okay. 7 points. All right.
Yeah.
Cora.
I am going to cast Holy Aura.
Okay.
I sent the description into roll. I thought I sent the description into Roll20. Okay, so let me send that again. Display in VTT.
Okay. You got a 30-foot aura around you. While in the aura, advantage on all saving throws. Okay. Other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against them. Well, let's see.
And
Okay,
if they are a fiend or undead, there's extra stuff, but
okay.
I don't think these qualify as either.
So
Nope.
just so I'm understanding this correctly, it sounds like even if the enemy is not in the aura, they would still have disadvantage on attack rolls against a hero in the aura.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I want an anti-magic field because it would negate that where I'm inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not, because she's over on the other side of the modrons.
Right.
You are
Right,
all
right,
in it. Do you
but-
not see the aura? Look at this.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Anyone,
yeah.
anyone inside my anti-magic field wouldn't get the aura, but they'd get the anti-magic field defense
Mm-hmm.
instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe hold on to that.
Yeah,
For
I'm
the
gonna
dark
hold. I
content.
think I'm gonna
Okay.
hold on.
Is
to
that the end of
Yeah.
Cora's turn?
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. Tarsus.
Okay, simple. Okay, change the plan. I'm gonna move to here, and I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians
Okay.
at 4th level.
All right. That's a 15-foot aura, I believe.
That is a 15-foot aura. It is
Okay.
indeed. So that first one's going to wind up getting some fun.
It'll
as a
happen on
result.
its turn, I believe.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Yep.
So that's it for me.
Okay. Extra one's turn. Doesn't actually have much that. I mean, he's a melee guy.
Yeah.
Let's
He
see.
can watch the show.
He casts protection from evil and good on Rome.
That's pretty nice.
That's good.
Yep. Malleus.
Okay. So let us. We are going to go ahead and do my 2 cannons.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Force Ballista, Corky Cannon. That is a 19 to hit on this closest beholder. So
Okay.
this guy.
Yeah. That hits.
For let's see, 16 points of damage.
Okay. Pushes him back, doesn't it?
I think so.
He's gonna push him out of. I mean, please.
Yeah.
Have this stuff ready, please, everyone.
Yep.
5 feet.
Okay.
5 feet away from the cannon.
All right.
Yep.
And
It is gonna push him out of the Spirit Guardian's range, but you know.
Okay.
Yep. 18 hits.
18.
Yeah.
18 hits
Yeah.
against this guy.
Okay.
And that's going to be 21 points of force damage.
All right.
Action spell. Let's just do Ray of Frost against the closest one.
Okay.
Um,
Do roll it.
yep, that is. I am rolling it. It's
Okay.
26 to hit
Uh-huh.
for. Oh, that's a lot of ones. 18 points of cold damage.
All right. Okay.
And I don't know if the speed reduction counts when they're floating.
It does. It doesn't, like, that doesn't have anything to do with it. So.
Okay.
But yes. All right. It is now their turn, and they realize, oh no, you had realized they were there all along. And I think the first one is just gonna, like, use its eye rays. So
Okay.
let's pull up my physical D10 to see which eye rays it uses. Hang on. Okay. Why is it? Okay, there we go. Uses 3 of them. So first one is a 2 that it's using on Radius, who's right up front, needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
At advantage.
That's good.
Yeah, because of the aura, I guess.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was more reminding Radius.
24.
Okay, yeah, you are not paralyzed.
Woo.
The Cuspid, you're getting the next one. You need to make a Wisdom saving throw. Actually, I think that's
Okay.
for Frightened, which you might just be immune to at the moment.
Yeah, Hero's Feast. Yep.
Yep. All right. And then Tarsus, you are getting a Dexterity saving throw.
Well, no, my worst one by far.
Hmm.
I got a 19.
Okay, you are able to evade the ray, and it goes past you into the ground, disintegrating a trench of material and 5 modrons.
Oh, good God.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
but
I'm
it's
not
gonna
gonna glare
happen.
at Radius.
Yeah, and then the other one is gonna sort of float over here, and he's going to target some of those big modrons that seem like they're standing out from the others. Where's my? So actually, that's a 3 on one of the which one's Septon modrons, which I keep pulling up the wrong window here. Holder, not, yeah, okay. So it's going to make a Wisdom saving throw.
And I am considering them allies.
Sure, yes, I get it. I know. Yeah, so it saves. It's not afraid. Okay. Another one is going to get. Just keep this one open. That one is going to need to make a Dex save. Which it saves, and therefore it doesn't take any damage. And then the last one is going at the Corgi cannon. Needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, although I'm not sure if it can actually be
You can.
asleep. I'm going to say unless it says that it cannot, it can.
It is 7.
Okay.
Rolled a 7 on that Wisdom save.
Is there a reason you didn't roll it with advantage?
Because I didn't realize I could, but that's okay. I will do that now. Yep, but that's even worse.
Okay. Yeah. Malleus, your Corgi cannon turns around 3 times and picks up its feet and curls up into a little ball.
An
It is asleep.
adorable.
Oh my gosh.
No,
I'm gonna
no, I
say
take
that
that back. It's a construct, right? What's its
Yeah.
creature type? Then it's never mind. It doesn't go to sleep. Okay, so the beholders accomplished a big lot of nothing.
You're welcome.
So that is their turn. Cuspid, you're up.
All righty. Um, I am going to use lightning lure on the one that's closer to me. It needs to make
Okay.
a strength saving throw, DC 19.
Okay. It does not. Gets a 17.
It is pulled 10 feet towards me, and if it's within 5 feet, it takes 4d8 lightning damage. And I
Okay.
rolled 20.
Sure.
Zrup.
Okay.
Let me check my bonus actions just to see if there's
Mhm.
anything there worth doing. Yeah. Nope. That's my turn.
Okay. Okay. That one on its it's going to use a legendary action to use an eye ray on you, Cuspin.
Okay.
And that one has already used that ray. This turn. That's a dexterity saving throw for you, Cuspid.
Okay.
At advantage.
At advantage. That's a 14, unfortunately, because I'm -2 because of the exhaustion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bad one to fail on here.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to take 45 necrotic damage.
Okay, I'm going to use beguiling defenses.
Okay.
I take a reaction to reduce the damage by half and force the attacker to make a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It got an 11.
Okay. It takes the other half of the damage, so I take half, and it takes it as psychic damage.
Okay.
Nice.
That's nifty.
That's
All right.
useful.
And yeah.
Didn't enjoy that. Okay.
How much? No, what was the damage again? 22.
Yeah, it'll be 22.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, the other one is also going to use a legendary action, seeing that, and is going to also fire it at you because you just did something weird that it doesn't understand.
Okay.
That one is going to also require a dexterity saving throw for you.
Okay.
Mine.
That'll be a 17.
Okay, 17 saves.
Okay.
All right. That now is now the Septon modrons. They are going to. They're wading in with the marching modrons because they're able to just do that. They can actually also hover. I just realized. So this one's going to come up here and use its lightning network on that one.
Nice to see it used on someone else.
The Tarsus.
Yeah.
It fails, and so it is going to take lightning damage and be stunned. All right. Takes 34 lightning damage. And is stunned, which also is going to affect its legendary action ability. What? There are too many different moving pieces in this. I'm having to switch between like 15 windows. I hope you're happy. All of them.
We're having a blast.
Great.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Good then. Fine. All right. Glad you're having fun. I am too. Okay.
You swear it.
Internet hike for Christiana.
Yeah. All right. let's see. Okay. So that was that first one. This one is gonna go up here and try to do that to the other one. It's a dexterity save. Fails, so it's also gonna take 16 lightning, and that one is also stunned.
Oh, that's perfect. It's gonna sit in my field and die.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who we have next?
Yeah. This one is gonna move up, and let's see, what's their range with the tentacles? I think it's pretty. It is still 10 feet. So that gets close enough. So it's gonna lash out at that one with its tentacles. That's gonna miss. Okay, that one will hit. 11 piercing, and it's grappled. And then, wow, it missed 3 out of 4 of those tentacles, but it hit with one, and it's got it grappled. Okay, that makes it Kneecap's turn.
Okay, Kneecap is going to rage tibia here and start swinging at the beholder.
All right. Okay.
Crit,
All right. Great.
and that's a base 13, so 17 damage for the
Okay.
first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have advantage. Gotta remember that. 32 to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another crit. Wow. Okay. 16 damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Yep. All right. Great. So, at this point in the, you realize that all of this noise has attracted the attention of a couple of these beholder zombies,
Yeah.
and so they're drifting in now, as well.
Oh, how nice. And by nice meaning great.
Mm-hmm. Uh, okay, so they each are only able to use one eye ray because they're zombies, and they don't have as many. A lot of their little eyes are dead, hanging limp. But the first one's going to use it on the most that closest modron. That's a 3. It's no longer within the aura. It fails, and it's going to take 30 necrotic damage.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And then the other one is kind of drifting over here. And I think it just makes sense that those modrons are the ones that are the closest. So it's just doing the same thing. And that one is going to need to make its own Constitution save. Which it also fails. And that one suddenly freezes paralyzed.
Oh.
I think that their ability to hover means that they don't fall. Like if a fly speed without hover would make you fall, but they can hover. So, but it's paralyzed. So let me give it a little symbol. Okay, and that's the Beholder zombies. Radius, your turn.
All righty. Which one is frozen? Oh, that one?
The one right in front of you. Yep.
Okay. Then
I mean, they're both stunned.
right. Oh, so these guys are stunned, but our Modron friend is actually, but they haven't
Is
gotten.
it one of the Modrons is paralyzed?
Yeah.
Right.
Both of the beholders are stunned by
Yeah.
the.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm just gonna unload on this guy, and I will go
Mhm.
save the Modron later. So that is since he is stunned, is that a good advantage?
Yes, you would have advantage anyway because of the aura.
30
Mm-hmm.
for 13 points,
All right.
and then for 22 for 17.
Mm-hmm. You kill it.
Hmm.
Okay, and then I will.
You punch right into its big goopy eyeball and it falls into the bottomless pit.
Yay.
Oh,
Oh shit, that was the one that was on the tracker.
It was 18.
I know. It's, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and that's 15. 15 feet.
You can't move there. The modrons are marching there.
Oh, they're still marching.
I mean, if you want to risk it, you can make that save. But yeah, all of those footprints are still obstructed unless you're hovering over their heads.
Well, then that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't necessarily want to test my luck against the Modron.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Cora.
All right, so we now also have some undead on the field.
Mhm.
All right. I'm going to maintain concentration and move to this side. Which keeps them in the aura. And I'm going to.
The modrons are there.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Nope. More than that.
Nope. One more.
Yep.
All right. And let me just check the distance. Where's the ruler?
If it's turn undead, I think it's 30 feet.
It is 30 feet. I've been looking at that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and it is within 25 feet, so I'm going to channel divinity, turn on dead. For me, it's a DC 18.
Wisdom save?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I need to know that part.
Yep. Sorry, DC
that's okay.
18.
Yeah. Where is it? Okay. Wisdom save. 14.
And because I'm a Palerite and all that jazz, Seer Undead does 20 points of damage on
Nice.
top of it.
All right. Nice.
Oh,
You
nice.
destroy it?
Only if the CR is. Yeah.
It's different. It's not the rule anymore. It doesn't matter. Besides, these things would be way too high as challenge rated for that.
It's frightened and incapacitated.
So as opposed, okay.
And so is okay. That's the turn undead, and then I have, if it's turned, it does skip that point of damage, but
okay, but
oh,
you could just read the text to me.
Okay.
You don't have to put it into the
turn
chat.
undead. When you present your holy symbol and send your undead creatures, undead of your choice within 30 feet must make an 18 whiz save. If it fails, it has the frightened and incapacitated conditions for a minute. 1 minute, and for that duration tries to move as far from.
That's the part that I needed. Okay, thank you.
Right, and then channel divinity. Seer undead is whenever you use turn undead. If it fails, it gets the damage.
the part that I was confused on is that usually it would make them need to move away, but when you stopped at saying frightened and incapacitated, I thought that
I've
maybe that meant it froze where it was. Okay, I
no,
get
it
it now.
does move away, but
Yes,
it
not
can't.
yes, I get that now. Thank
Okay.
you. All right, Tarsus, your turn.
Tarsus likes the idea and is going to mimic it. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15. This is not. Is this a space here I can step on right here?
I don't. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
this
barely.
space.
Barely.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to go here. 25. Okay, that gets. They'll see the radius. Perfect. Then I will point at the creature and do the same thing because I can see her undead too. First, it's going to
Okay.
turn, so it's going to have to make its saving throw.
All right.
DC 18.
Got a 19.
Okay, so it saves, so nothing happens.
All right. That's pretty high roll for it. Okay. Is
But-
that anything else for your turn?
I moved. I did my action. Nope, I can't do anything else at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, like XO1 is again, he's kind of a
A melee dude.
yeah, well, let's see.
Or Daylight Fang.
He can move fast though, so I think he'll go up he can hover over here and he'll use his tentacles on that zombie as well. Too many windows. Okay. In fact, yeah, he has a pincer attack, which is only a 13 to hit, which I believe misses. Yeah, and then oh no, he's still in the aura, so it should be with advantage. So 15 does just hit. It's going to do 9 bludgeoning, and have to make a Constitution save. Which it does save on.
Wow, this one's getting lucky.
Yeah, it is. And then the tentacle is also going to hit for 14 and be grappled, although I think it won't hold the grapple because well, never mind. I just realized by attacking it and doing damage, it's not going to be turned anymore anyway.
Right.
So it is grappled. Okay. That is XO1's turn. Malleus, your turn.
I don't want to use all of my 3rd level spells,
Mhm.
but I think this is probably warranted. I'm going to do Scorching Ray at this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I think I probably have to like move over here.
Yeah. I think it's actually still going to have half cover. But you're rolling with advantage.
Yeah. So, let me go grab Scorching Ray. So, first one,
Mm-hmm.
29 to hit.
For sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's 8 points of fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
Second one is 22 to hit.
Yep.
For 4 points of fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And third one is 31 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna Corky Cannon is gonna move back over here. I'm at the very edge, but I want to hit him
Okay.
with the Corky Cannon.
Yeah.
So let me go grab bonus action.
I think that's going to
Force
be half
Ballista.
cover as well because you're firing past Tarsus.
It's 30 to hit
Yep.
for 18 points of force damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to boogie right behind it for
Okay.
another Force Ballista shot.
Bam, bam.
That is going to be 24 to hit
Yep.
for 22.
Okay. That
force
one is
damage.
almost destroyed.
Okay, and I'm last bit of my movement. I'm going to
Okay.
back up over
So,
here.
for the record, the regular beholders have an AC of 18. The beholder zombies have 15. So you guys can stop asking me. Just you'll know if you get it
Yeah.
or not.
Okay.
Also, just roll the damage. Don't wait to find out. Just roll both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes things move so much faster. All right.
Okay.
Because the damage either applies or it doesn't. You can always roll it. All right.
Yeah.
So that makes it the beholder's turn. It is stunned first, but it is going to try to to beat the stun, which it does not. So,
Hmm.
all right. That makes it Cuspid's turn.
Okay. Is the floating? Okay. The stones that are floating out there,
Mm-hmm.
they're real. Okay.
Yeah. You can
I'm
jump
going
between them.
to-
There's mechanics for it and everything.
Right. I'm going to use a Misty Step
Mm-hmm.
to land here,
Okay.
and I'm going to use Dreadful Step,
right.
which means that everybody within uh, uh, creatures within 5 feet of the space you left or the space you appear in, your choice, must succeed on a DC 19 Wisdom save or 2d10 psychic damage. I am
Okay.
assuming that modron there is tough enough to handle a little bit of psychic damage.
All right. I'm definitely going to roll for it. The beholder gets a 19 on its wisdom
He
save.
saved.
Yeah. And then the modron wisdom got a 16.
Okay.
So it takes some psychic damage, or
Yeah. Yeah. 2d8. So
okay.
8 points.
All right.
And I'm going to start smacking that beholder.
Sure.
I'm rolling with advantage because of my foresight spell.
Mm-hmm.
So
How
it's a 20.
is that? How so that it lasts? How long?
I recast it again
Oh,
when
okay.
we woke up.
All right. Gotcha.
So oof. That's
23
7
hits for
damage.
7. Yep.
Yep. A 20.
Mm-hmm.
For 10.
All right.
Oops, and the last one is only a 15.
15 will miss. Yeah.
Yeah. So I hit it twice. So if it does decide to bite me, it has a -2 on to hit and damage with a bite.
Okay.
If it decides to do that.
All right. So it's the Septon modrons.
Unfortunately,
What?
the teeth go flying down into the void.
Yes.
You know, that's how these things go.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All right. The Septon modrons. Well, first of all, this one is going to see if it can. I think that paralyzed just wears off at the end of its turn. No, it can make the save at the end of its turn. Let me just do that. It does not. So that one is still paralyzed. But this one over here, I think actually it sees you attacking that one, and it's going to come down here and attack the more injured one first to try to finish it.
Finish him.
Yes, it's a
Finish
16 to hit for 18 piercing damage, and it tumbles off the bridge into the into the abyss, falling on a couple of modrons and taking them with it.
Oh,
Aww.
I mean,
the other one, it is going to use the remainder of its tentacles on. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should have. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on. Let me actually roll the con save because. Okay, never mind. The beholder zombies can technically sometimes come back, but it didn't. And then so the.
Oh, because of zombies.
Yeah. So it's going to hit once, twice, 3 times for a bunch of damage. So 30, 53 damage.
Nice.
And it's grappled.
Yeah.
All right. This one is going to go up here and do that to the other beholder here. This is 17 to hit, which misses. A 20, which hits. And then a 12. So only one of those hits. But it does 16 piercing damage. And it's grappled. Oh, wait. It should have been rolling with advantage because it's stunned. But that actually only makes the third one also hit. So that's another 16. Okay. Now that is the Modron's kneecap.
Okay. Kneecap is going to just run like heck. Go. Yeah. And dash to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And
So you would have to be kind of on the side. There's not room for you to be on the square that you're currently showing. You can be there,
here?
but we know that you're standing on the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And that says actually,
Okay.
well, since I'm on the side, I'm just gonna go here.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. We're back at the top of the initiative. Radius. Oh wait, no, you're right. It's once again we
Deleted the wrong one,
removed
yeah.
first the one that was on the tracker. Dear Roll20, fix that. I guess they would tell me the real answer is to just not delete the token and put the X on it instead, which is probably the right answer. Anyway, okay, but yeah, so that is its turn then, and it is going to use a ray. It uses that ray, which would be the fear ray, so it's moot. It was going to use it on kneecap, but but it doesn't matter because you're immune to fear. Okay, now radius.
All right. I will shadow step using a key point to here. I can do it within 60 feet on top of this nice big rock.
Mm-hmm.
And I will then begin to punch this person with vigorous fury. And that's advantage.
Good on you for recognizing the personhood of the beholder.
That is 26 to hit for 15 points.
All right.
Still stunned?
Yeah.
Nice. I enjoy that a lot.
Yeah. Dear Wizards of the Coast, authors of the Planescape module, those Septon Modrons, that lightning network thing is just absolutely busted.
I can definitely co-sign to that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But then again, you guys made it through, so it's fine. All right, yeah, you killed that. You punched that one to death too.
Okay.
And it tumbles down into the abyss.
And that's my turn.
All right, Cora.
Let's see. I've been thinking about this. Definitely maintaining. And kind of still want to keep in line with the 3 here, so I'm not going to turn undead that. No one seems to be particularly hurt, so
Come on, you guys look. You're walking all over this encounter. Let's not overthink it, you guys. Come on.
Yeah. I'm going to fourth level guiding bolt on the
Last
The
remaining
one
guy.
remaining
in,
one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. You hit.
22 radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
And next,
Sparkly.
Yep.
Barclay.
Mm-hmm. Tarsus.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can't quite get it with the field. But I
Are
can-
you also walking on the side somehow?
Yeah.
No. So
Uh,
like Kneecap has
Right.
boots of climbing.
Oh, you're right. So, okay. So I'm going to move to here.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. I can just get it from here. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm in the order. Okay. Turn undead. DC 18, save,
Okay.
please.
12.
Okay. It failed. Great.
Mhm.
So it takes 9 radiant
Oof.
damage from my
Okay.
Seer Undead. I know that was bad for 48, but there you are.
Mhm.
That's it. End of my turn.
Okay. XO1's turn. I think at this point he's just gonna. It's basically a coup de grace thing at this point. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll have it actually roll. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at my Seer
just-
Undead.
It just takes its pincer and just like, like blasts it away. It splats it against the wall. All right. So at least for the time being, you have eliminated all of the hostile beholderkin in the immediate vicinity. Now, what would you like to do?
I guess now would be the time for your modrons to do
Well,
what they.
we have to open the gate.
I mean, okay.
You have to get to the gate and open the gate.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know how to do. I'm told that it's here, but I don't
Mhm.
remember how to open it.
Well, I got my portal sense back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I know the direction of the last planar portal you used while you are on the same plane of existence. I can detect the location of any portals within 30 feet of me that
Okay.
aren't behind total cover.
It is not. Well, let's see. Hang on. It is not currently within 30 feet and not behind total cover.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Jump on myself.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm going to bounce over to here.
Okay. Make an athletics check with advantage because of the jump spell.
Okay, that is a 23 to nail that landing.
You're fine. Okay.
And
If the rule is within 30 feet and not behind total cover, that you still doesn't qualify.
okay. Let's see. How far is this one? 15 feet. Yep, that's within the jump.
Same
So,
check.
okay.
Yeah. Well, you need to roll it again.
Yep, I'm going to.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a 9.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Malleus tumbles into the pit. Now, it is a bottomless pit. However, there are rules for this because what happens basically is that you are going to fall for over 200 feet before you land on a ledge on the side. So
Okay.
you're going to take 65 bludgeoning damage
Oh.
as you
I
tumble
cast
200 feet.
like Malleus, and I'll cast Fly on myself and fly down
Okay.
and retrieve him. Like,
Well, I could have cast Fly on myself. That's why I didn't want to lose all the rest of my 3rd level spells.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have flown rather than
Mhm.
played the jumping game, maybe.
So,
so I
yeah.
bring him back up and land him on
Yeah.
that.
So
that
65
part of the
bludgeoning damage later, you are returned to that spot where you now see that looking deep into the mouth of this beholder-shaped rock, the portal is inside the mouth there. And so you realize that this is part of why the issue is going to be is that like one at a time can squeeze through into the mouth for that portal.
Right.
Right.
But-
Does your sense also tell you how the portal can be opened?
Let me double check.
Hey,
think it did
Cuspid, want
Once
some stone teeth?
actually,
Um,
let's see.
no, they gotta be real. But
We could still make the entry wider.
mhm.
Yeah.
Still not gonna be very big though.
Unless
Okay, that's
like
not gonna help me.
being like cut by the teeth or something's required to go through.
Yeah, no, my portal sense doesn't tell me how to open it.
Okay.
And Portal Cracker will only work for an hour, which is going to be insufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Wow.
Hmm.
The last one needed an eyeball, so that's probably not it.
Could someone carry me over?
Sure, I'll fly over, grab you, bring you over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cut myself on one of the stone teeth and see if that is what's needed. Like
Just cutting yourself?
like drop some blood into the
Okay.
portal.
Sure. Take 1 point of damage.
Yep.
It does not open the portal.
Okay. At least now we know that.
Okay. You guys, okay. The skull said not to trust the sludge, but maybe the sludge does know something. And particularly since we'll be trying to get it being able to be just a sludge again. I'm going to ask it if it knows.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to accelerate things a little bit because we're just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens when when those of you who make your way over there to that place where the sludge is, and if you engage in conversation with it, basically it claims that it needs to have the modrons redirected off of the center of the room long enough, like if they're just directed like to go around the side of the room for a little bit, so they're not marching right through the middle of it for a little bit. That's all he needs in order to regenerate himself, and he says he will answer their questions if you'll persuade the modrons to do that. Is that something that you would be all willing to do?
Yes.
Yep. Sure.
Okay.
I still think we should have taken the quarter back. Still take the quarter of Modron's deal.
But
Yes.
I'm in
So
minority opinion here.
So basically, once the modrons are directed off of it, you watch as all that sludge sort of gradually oozes itself back together, and it forms itself into a humanoid shape. And as this humanoid shape it comes together, it has an appearance of. It doesn't look just like the sludge anymore, but it does look like a constantly rotting and reforming corpse with shifting features. And it just says, "Thank you. I have been struggling to get out of that predicament for some time. I now will depart, but as my promised reward, a freshly cried tear will open the portal to Hopeless."
makes sense. All right, let's go tell the
And
Gnome
then
scary stories.
again, so quick question for everyone.
Mhm.
We have options here. One is we kind of talked about this being the last session, but that was because I thought we were going to get through this part faster than we have. do you want us to keep kind of like to zip through a little
Let's
bit so that this can be the end, or would you rather play things out
let's.
normally and
I think we should move it along.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's
what
montage
I'll
it.
say is then that this figure basically pulls the and now that I have lived up to my end of the bargain, you die, and he attacks you, and you have to fight him, and then you win, and you realize, oh gosh, okay, well, he was actually pretty tough, but not enough to beat a level 17 party plus all of these modrons.
Modrons.
Yeah.
And so you are able to destroy it? Question mark? It seems like it's a bunch of sludge again, but now it's not answering your questions.
Okay.
Can you set it on fire?
Yeah, it's fine. So in any case, it was pretty tough. It basically, yeah, it would have been a tough fight, which is why I didn't want to like even sort of kind of do it, if not for. But in any case, so you now know that a freshly cried tear will open it, and with that knowledge, it is not fun. It is not convenient. It takes a long time, and you're probably having to all kind of trade off, sort of finding ways to generate tears from yourself and take turns. But the modrons are able to kind of make their own little sort of modron bridge to get up to where the portal is, and they squeeze through, and it takes someone roll a d6. Takes 4 days for to get all of the modrons through, and in that time, you have to fight off 2 more beholders that come through, but you are able to do so. It is an exhausting 4 days. I think you're all really sick of this place by the end. And you really were starting to get a sense towards the end of that too, that Gazemnid had been like, you had started to bore him, which was maybe going to be a problem. But in going through that effort, you are able to rescue almost all of the modrons. Certainly far more than you would have if you had had to sacrifice a quarter of them. There is some business on the other end too, as you emerge from this portal in Hopeless. But here's the thing. Yeah, there's beholders in there. There's the other, the servants of this other creature that was running it. Hopeless is not an especially nice place. But there are few things that can resist tens of thousands of modrons just streaming through.
Yeah.
At a certain point, just get out of their way. And so, because it's one at a time, but they just keep coming, and you cannot, no matter what you're doing, you can't, unless you're able to somehow just instantly vaporize them as they move through. No. And so it takes a long time. There is a little bit more collateral damage along the way. The house that this portal emerged into is basically just it's splinters by the end of this process. And you realize, just with the amount of sort of disruption caused in the vicinity of this march coming through, I think you recognize that having tried to do that in Sigil anywhere would have absolutely gotten you on the Lady of Pain's radar.
Oh yeah.
But
Yay, not being on the Lady of Pain's radar.
yes. Yes, but so you manage at this point to, you take the time, and the modrons have emerged from it, and at this point, X01 and has given you all a nod as they once again sort of take up their position in the march, and you see the march, this impossible column streaming off into the distance as they're heading back to return to Mechanus. And Rome just takes a moment to look at you all and just say, um, I've been thinking about all of this, and although obviously, like, I wanted to rescue the march, I feel like this whole experience has changed me, and I can't go back. I can't go home again the way I could before, and I wonder, could I could I stay with you?
Aw,
Sure.
nice
Sure.
little
Absolutely.
buddy.
That'd be great.
Yeah, 100%.
All
Yeah.
right. Great. And so yes, he sticks around, and so as the it's gonna take like a few days, but you can already sense as the modrons are back in the outlands proper. You can already sense that things feel like they're shifting back from this tension that they had um, that you had felt in the space of the universe. Uh, Everything seems like it is in the process of going back to the way it needed to be. Why do I have this extra map there? Okay. So at this point, you realize that you've realigned the multiverse. Um, your your reports were mostly accurate, and so you suspect that probably the end result of this is going to turn out to be approximately what it would have been. So, it's what else can you ask for there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got your memories, your full experiences back. Shemeshka's in the wind somewhere. Um, and I think as you are like, where do you all sort of immediately, like, you're able to eventually reach you know Zephyr, shoot, yeah, your friend in the castle.
Same thing,
Yeah.
yeah.
And she comes to get you with the castle, and you're reunited there. So, like, where would you be wanting to go first at this point?
Hmm. Who do we have to report to at this point?
I mean,
Well, we
Would you
don't
go back to
report to
Sigil?
anybody.
yeah,
No.
no, Sigil doesn't like us at the moment. That's what they-
Probably.
Well,
Probably.
but why was it that they didn't like you, right?
because we're breaking the universe.
Well, you also set a notorious criminal free, but
we
Yep,
also
Yeah.
and
And
and an
then,
archdevil and
dropped an archdevil into the prison.
Yeah,
And
mhm.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
this
So
was
let's
already in the prison.
Mm.
I'd say we go back to the party with um the fairy party.
Farnell?
Yeah, Flower
Yeah.
Hill. Flower Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we
Well,
deserve
Mhm.
a break.
and
I
hopefully
think Farnell would be
Mags.
better than Flowering Hill.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Fawnell.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well,
All
I mean,
right.
yeah.
It just like
Though I have to say, I like the sound of ecstasy.
Yeah. No,
Thank
where
you,
you
uh,
really want to
Steve.
go is Glorium, because think of all of those snakes with teeth.
I'm definitely got that on my list.
yeah. Um I'm going to suggest for Rome, now that he's no longer roaming around and he's part of the skeleton crew.
Mhm.
Like maybe a nickname if he doesn't feel like changing his name is appropriate, but to um like something like cuboid, which is
Oh.
one of the small bones in the ankles.
Oh, that's fun. I think Xavier suggests B1, but
B1,
Yes!
absolutely.
Yes!
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you would, yeah.
So in any case, I think Cuboid is good too. I think he's like, you could call me Cuboid too if you wanted. But so I think you're kind of settling in. You're kind of deciding where, hey, you know what, where's a place we can have just sort of a nice sort of like
We should go get our
relaxing
time dragon too. We should go get our
breather.
time dragon friend too.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
never did end up calling them.
No, we never did
Um,
call him the
but,
dragon.
But perhaps that is for a future adventure. But I think as you are on your way in the Walking Castle, there is a point where you're all just kind of hanging out in that little, that library floor. At a certain point, when you just kind of all sort of like there's a weird sort of impulse that you need to blink, and then when you do, you realize all of a sudden there's a Davos there, which is
Oh,
if let me share that. There's a handout now for a Davos, which is
yeah.
you. Those of you who have your memories now and who have spent any time in Sigil know that the Davos are the Lady of Pain's like servants, basically.
Personal,
yeah.
agents.
Like they do administrative type work in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks so it's let's see. Before you can ponder this strange appearance, the somber gray-skinned figure floats into your path. He hovers silently as a string of illusory images fade into view around it. Prominent amongst these symbols is the razored image of the Lady of Pain. You recognize, those of you who know what a Davos is knows they don't speak. They speak only by creating these little illusions that in sort of like a rebus sort of. So someone
Emoji
make an
Rebuses.
investigation check to try to interpret the message.
I'm actually pretty good at those.
I'm not
I'm
good
terrible
at that.
at that.
Not great.
18.
18 certainly enough. You recognize that basically this first sort of sequence says the lady saw what you did, and then
Okay.
it gives you another sequence.
So you have to roll again.
Yeah.
20.
The second one is stay out of trouble.
Uh-huh.
And then once again, you all sort of feel that urge to blink, and when you do, it's gone. But there's a little sort of perfectly square metallic brick sitting on the ground where it was,
Oh,
and it has a faintly glowing tower-like rune on its surface.
Kneecap is absolutely going to pick that up.
Well, it's clearly a magic thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So
I mean, it's one of our like magically type folks have identify.
yeah.
I have identified.
All right, so yes, you cast Identify on it. This glowing brick is what's known as a cubic gate.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
It is. There are 6 sides of the cube, each keyed to a different plane of existence. One of which is the material plane, and then there are various other ones. But one of them is keyed to a door in Sigil, and you discover that one of them is keyed to a door here in your Walking Castle.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Oh, awesome.
Nice. Votes to vacation on the material plane. Show of
Yeah.
hands.
Someplace normal for once. Where people have lots of teeth.
Mm-hmm. So here's my thinking. I had considered the idea of finishing this with sort of a what's next for your character? What would they have gone on to do? But I think I'm kind of leaning right now to it being more fun to just kind of leave it on that note of hey, let's go vacation on the material plane.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
what's next? That's what's next.
Yeah.
I hear the skiing is great in Icewind Dale.
Hey, if we're going to Icewind Dale, I can visit my family. I can introduce you around.
Yeah, I heard there's also a very good inn there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trying to remember.
All right.
Wow.
So, Planescape, Turn of Fortune's Wheel.
Woohoo!
Yay, that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Hey!
Glad we finally got to finish it. That's a
Yeah.
fun
Yes.
campaign. Got some bonkers stuff in this one.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
And not just us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also I
Hey,
think
um, Dev, one of the alternate characters that I made for Malleus was actually an auto gnome named Tibia.
So I
Nice.
guess maybe what we can do is, even if we're sort of leaving it on like, oh, and their next adventure it would be, like Marvel style is kind of like the skeleton crew will return in whatever. Um,
Will return.
does anyone have any like what were some of your favorite parts of this campaign? Just like memories.
I don't ordinarily, but in this particular case, because I knew that it was temporary, playing the renegade rather than the paragon
Mm.
was fun for a little while. I was expecting someone to decide that, another version of Cuspid / Spine would be better and slitting her throat in the middle of the night. But he didn't, so
Yeah.
I'm too much of a paladin to do it, but I consider like, can I justify this to my character doing it? No.
Hmm.
But I felt like it.
I really liked the opportunity. I thought it was very interesting ending up just like I didn't really even plan it this way. It kind of just worked out this way due to the roles and such. I thought it was really kind of cool to have everybody but Spine get arrested.
That was hilarious.
And
Yeah.
that just led to some fun stuff too.
Yeah, the casino was fun too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Casino was fun.
Yeah.
I got to play a hag.
Which we never figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am seriously considering, when we do the next thing we've been talking about offline,
Mhm.
of making a hag themed character.
So
Baba Yaga.
I don't want to necessarily cut off more memories of this campaign, but yeah, I think we can we'll maybe give just a little teensy sneak preview that the next campaign we're talking about playing is going to be a game of Masks, the superhero game.
Yeah.
Another powered by the apocalypse game. Should be lots of fun, and superhero is a genre we haven't tapped into yet here on so many levels, but
Those 17th level characters are pretty close.
yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
In terms of power level, yeah.
indeed, yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, the 2024 D&D rules, like the revamps they've done, have been honestly super. Like
Mhm.
being able to finally play a viable monk, just a straight monk, no multi-class and no fancy tricks, just a straight
Mhm.
monk, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now with the capstone system and all that stuff, I'm so excited, especially with the new expansion coming out, because they just did the Unearthed Arcana for stuff.
Yeah.
The one other thing that I'll point out is that like the Planescape book set had a lot of material that could have allowed, for example, if you had wanted to go to any of these gate towns, even the ones that the adventure doesn't specifically direct you to, there's material where we could have run stuff in any of them. Not to mention, various things in some of the other little intervening places, and also lots more stuff theoretically that we could have done in Sigil that the adventure doesn't like specifically guide you to, but it gives a lot of interesting stuff. But boy, I some of my favorite things. I really loved betraying you inside the spire with that one guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of astounded at how easily you just let that guy into your inner circle. You didn't even really ask him any questions.
Yeah. I liked our the party. I like the fairy party,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was fun.
which was interrupted by hags.
Interrupted by hags.
Everything was interrupted by hags.
Mhm.
I really liked the way that our different I like the different, versions of, I had a different take on what does a different Malleus look like.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
everybody had different kind of decisions with, all right, are they the same species? Are they the same job? What changes and everything. I really thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was a really interesting mechanic for the
Mhm.
mod. I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
Sadly, poor Paul had to do it a lot.
Poor Paul. How many characters did you go through?
Half a dozen by the end.
I think so.
There should have been a counter for how many times you got stunned, man. The dice did not like
No,
you.
the dice did not like me a lot of times, but yeah.
Yeah, I like the challenge I gave myself of not using different stats and not changing my species, but changing anything else.
Yeah.
Because you can do a pretty wide range of stuff with uh with the character like that.
Nice.
Yeah, because I kept the same, all the same strength, dexterity, all that stuff, other than level up stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, and stay to know.
Let's say to no.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think with that, then, we the skeleton crew, we can imagine them continuing their adventures out there in the multiverse somewhere. But I think this is where we will draw this adventure to a close, and when we return next on so many levels, we will be getting ready to start our superhero campaign. Or if we're missing some people, we might play something else. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yep.
But in the meantime, we'll be back for more adventure on so many levels.
So many levels.
Levels.